Here, hold that, will you? Point right at me. An old proverb goes, when walking, walk. When eating, eat. In other words, be mindful and give your whole attention to the task you are carrying out. Hi, my name is Sierra King, and I will be talking to you about listening and how to be a better listener. But my main focus will be mindful listening. I will be talking about my own personal experiences as well as the research I have discovered, also in hopes of helping myself to become a better listener, both physically and mentally. My topic is listening. The textbook says listening is a key component to communication. Listening is the most fundamental component of interpersonal communication skills. The reason I chose this topic was I have a habit of not really paying attention to whoever someone is talking to me. It's like I am in a daze. I hear them, but I'm not fully listening. I find this topic very interesting because listening is one of the hardest things for a human being to master, in my opinion. I found this topic interesting because one of the most valuable rewards of listening is the ability to learn something I may or may not have known before. Some struggles I have with listening is whenever I am engaging in a conversation with someone. I have a tendency to not pay attention or just not to be interested in whatever they have to say. Over these past few weeks, I have did some research and discovered fascinating things about listening. Gil Fonzel, 2015, in her article, she described mindful listening in many ways. She provides key examples about listening and how it can help with essential skills of communication. I will briefly describe what compelling research I have found, also explain some of the examples I have provided. Gil says, listening is one of the ordinary, daily activities that can serve as a powerful vehicle for cultivating mindfulness, insight, and freedom. Some things I have learned from this article was whenever I listen mindfully, I'm not just listening with my ears, but with my body as well. I can feel the physical impact of what I hear, and the only way you can feel that is if you are truly listening to someone physically and mentally. Francis Hennessy, 2016, says, multitasking when seeking authentic and constructive communication is an obstacle, which blocks opportunities for reciprocal flow and quality interaction. She also points out that mindful listening is the essence of receptivity, allowing another person to express themselves without interrupting, judging, refusing, or discounting another person. She says it truly sets the stage for effective communication and is the gateway to understanding and connection. This source is an exercise, as you can call it. It's an exercise of walking in another's shoes in an effort to feel their life's experiences and processes. This article has taught me a lot of things. It has taught me that mindful listening plays a key role in a lot of things. For example, whenever Francis talks about the FBI incorporating active listening into their crisis negotiation skills training was absolutely astonishing. I learned that listening may possibly save someone's life, and that shows you how important it really is. Catriona Rogers, 2016, describes mindful listening as well as mindful speech. She says, mindful speech involves speaking with honesty and is concise, specific, direct, and from the heart. It means to let go of speaking that includes tangents, disclaimers, rationalizations, hurtful comments, and extra repetitions. Then she goes on to describe mindful listening. Mindful listening means to give one's full attention to the listener with genuine kindness, compassion. This involves setting aside the impulse to react, to think of ways one might respond while the other one is talking. She wanted to give couples or individuals a little help on how to listen/communicate effectively. Some things she suggested was to schedule at least 15 minutes a day for 3 times a week to get couples or friends or family, etc., a chance to practice communicating. Some rules she provides are taking the phone off the hook, sit in a quiet area, place all electronic devices face down, turn them off, and try to refrain from talking while the other person is talking. These are just some of the rules she has provided. Once you have put these rules into effect, you can begin having your conversation. Once ready, you will need to be sharing by centering yourself, sitting with a straight spine, and taking 3 deep breaths. The results from this was very good. I have learned the most from this. I have learned how to listen in a more respectful manner. Now, whenever I want to have a more genuine conversation, I remember the steps that she has mentioned, and it helps me and whoever I'm conversating with have a more smoothing communication. I have been keeping journal entries, as most of you have as well, that goes with my CCP video. I talk about me and my grandma having a conversation, how I didn't really pay attention to the first time around, but eventually I did. My journal talked about me and my dad eating lunch one afternoon and how I practiced some mindful listening techniques and how I've seen some improvements. Finally, my last journal, I described a conversation I just had here recently with my grandma. This time I had changed my whole attitude from the conversation as described in my journal. I put myself in mindful listening mode. When I did that, it felt like I could hear my grandma no matter who was going on around me. Some tips for success. Empty your mind of thoughts, ideas, plans, and concerns so that you are open to the other person. Concentrate on the person with whom you are interacting with. Say to yourself, I want to focus on this person and what he or she is feeling or thinking. Another one, let the other person know that you are attending mindfully by giving nonverbal responses and keeping eye contact. In conclusion, mindful listening empowers us to change the direction of our lives and those who we come in contact with every day. Improving your communication skills requires your commitment to measure the efficiency of your efforts. Holding ourselves accountable for the results we generate ensures that our efforts were successful. Results come in different forms and shapes. At times, it is simple confirmation that your messages resonate well with your audience. In this way, to listen mindfully is to give care in order to hear the faint whispers inside of others and ourselves, and to discover the significant thoughts, feelings, and desires that may be shy or overlooked. Once discovered, the quiet whispers then have an opportunity to be heard. Thank you.